Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope the weather was good where you were. We had a beautiful weekend here in Southeast Texas. Did get a little warm for February. Actually, did some things outside. Sweated a little bit in February. That's crazy. But things will cool back down. We got another little front coming in. Nothing major, but cool things down a little bit. Man, Saturday, we had some upsets on Saturday. We had teams that have no business losing right now, lost. Um, Makes you wonder, have some of these teams, are they too far where they're going to have to win out or win their conference championship or something to get in? Or that's not possible for some of those teams. How many games are they going to have to win to get into the tournament? Because, like I said, there's some teams losing that have no business losing. They're losing to teams that are not as good as they are. But it's one of the great things about college basketball. We're going to review the things that happened the last few days. Got a few news items here. So, before we get started, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Let's go. Rutgers, they hire South Dakota's head football coach, Travis Johansson, as their new defensive coordinator. Makes you wonder, is that his plan? He wants to jump into FBS because you got a great program there. South Dakota, I know it's FCS, but still, you got a great program going there. So money, or he wants to jump into FBS and see how he does there. I don't know, but otherwise, I don't know why you would leave a head coaching position at a team you're taking to the playoffs to go be a DC at. Let's face it, a mediocre FBS school. Virginia wide receiver Jamal Edrin arrested and charged with rape and abduction. He's no longer enrolled there. Believe, if I read right, it happened back in September, and they've been doing the investigation since then. So he finally got charged with all that crap he pulled months back. Arizona, they give head football coach Brent Brennan contract extension through 2030. It's reported he's going to be making $4.7 million annually. The SEC, they distributed more than $1 billion to their 16 schools for the 24-25 fiscal year, if you care about that. This is cool right here. North Dakota State, they're going to join the Mountain West and start next season, football only. They're going to pay $12 million to join the conference, and they're also going to pay the NCAA $5 million to join FBS, and that's like $17 million total. Bison, they have won 10 of the last 15 FCS national championships. They're going to the Mountain West, so people are already bringing up stuff. Boy, Hawaii, if they have to go and play there in late November, that's going to be a big-ass culture shock and weather shock to Hawaii if they go play there in November and stuff. But, yeah, that's cool. I like Mountain West, man. They got some great football, great basketball, too. So them, and now with that new media deal package they got with Fox and who's the other one, CBS, see a lot more Mountain West games, so I'm happy about that. The Big 12, they fined Oklahoma State $50,000 for their anti-Mormon chats. Some of them were pretty vulgar during their upset win over BYU the other night. $50,000 for a major university. Don't be so mean, Big 12. Don't be so mean. Don't take all their money. No. Anyway. All right, so going back to Friday. Belmont, they were 22-3. Beat Illinois Chicago 68-62. Belmont was on a 9-game win streak as of Friday. The big one, number 22 St. John's beat number 3 UConn 81-72. Ejiofor for St. John's, 21 points. They shot 50% from the field. They hit 22 free throws in this game. Demary, he was lead scorer for UConn, 18.7 rebounds. They shot 55% from the field. 15 turnovers, though, they had. That loss ends their 18-game win streak. Illinois State moved to 16-8. They beat Drake by 10. Illinois State hit 12 three-pointers in this game. 35 of their points came from bench. 15-9. Northern Iowa beat 16-9 Bradley, 61-49. Crazy, both these teams failed to score even 1 point in the last 2 minutes, 40 seconds of that game. Murray State moved to 18-7. They beat Southern Illinois, 91-81. 18-6, VCU beat 15-9 Dayton, 99-73. VCU's Tracy, he had 26 points that night. He hit 6 3-pointers. Yale moved to 17-4. They beat Brown 81-69. Brown actually led by 5 at halftime. Just kind of fell apart in the second half. Davidson, they moved to 14-9. They beat Loyola Chicago by 20. Davidson hit 12 three-pointers in that game. Loyola Chicago cuffed the ball up 14 times. Moving on to Saturday, pretty big day Saturday. Had a lot of great games, some upsets and stuff. Number 19, St. Louis, they moved to 23-1. They beat LaSalle 82-58. 4-point game at halftime. But they really turned it on in the second half. They outscored LaSalle 51-31. Arkansas State 15-10. They beat 14-10 Bowling Green 91-54. Arkansas State led 40-14 at halftime in that one. 13-10 Louisiana Tech beat 16-8 Sam Houston 87-78. Louisiana Tech only one three-pointer in this game, but they hit 26 free throws. And they also had 19 more rebounds than the Bearcats. 13-13 Southern Miss beat 17-7 Kent State by 1. They hit 2 free throws with 1 second left on the clock to win that one. Number 11 Kansas beat Utah 71-59. 12-13 Hampton beat 15-9 William & Mary 77-74. William & Mary, who is doing good, they're 1-3 in their last 4 games. Number 7 Iowa State beat Baylor 72-69. Baylor, they are 2-1 now, starting to turn things around after their 4-game losing streak. Miami, they are 18-5, beat Boston College 74-68. Miami 3-1 in the last 4. 11-10 Cornell beat 14-8 Columbia 88-67. Cornell starting to show a little juice, I guess you would say. They are 4-1 in their last 5 games. 11-10 though, I'm probably going to be. They're probably out of it, but you never know what's going to happen. Liberty 20-3 beat Missouri State 79-76. SMU, they are 16-7. They beat Pitt 86-67. 2-point game at halftime though, but SMU outscored them 52-35 in the second half. Rhode Island 14-9. They beat Richmond 82-77. Rhode Island's Cochran 34 points, 10 rebounds. 14-8 St. Peter's beat 17-8 Siena 70-65. Siena's 6-game win streak got snapped. TCU, they are 14-9. They beat Kansas State by 2. TCU is down by 5 with 1:29 left in that one. Texas moved to 15-9. They beat Ole Miss 79-68. Longhorns into that game on a 14-0 run. Boca Terrace, I think that's how you say his name. 27 points, not bad. Winthrop 18-8. They beat Longwood by 3. Winthrop is on a 10-game win streak. Quinnipiac 17-9. They beat Niagara 56-55. Both leading scores in that game, though, for both teams, under 16 points. North Dakota State, they are 20-6. Beat Nebraska Omaha 92-84. How do you say his name? Nebraska Omaha's Djibet? I think that's his name, Djibet. Anyway, he had 38 points in that game, so I guess he was the only player for them doing anything. Vermont 15-10. They beat New Hampshire 80-57. Vermont's Johnson 26 points. Number 12 Purdue beat Oregon 68-64. Oregon scored 1 point in the last 2:28 of that game. Appalachian State 17-9 beat Eastern Michigan by 5. Appalachian State is on a 6-game win streak. 15-11 Coastal Carolina beat 15-10 UMass by 3 in 3 overtimes. Missouri, they are 16-7. They beat South Carolina 78-59. South Carolina was only 17 for 55 from the field. Eastern Tennessee State, they're 18-7, beat VMI by 17. Barkley for Eastern Tennessee State, 22 points, 12 rebounds. Number 9, Nebraska, back to winning. They beat Rutgers 80-68. Mast for the Huskers, 26 points, 8 rebounds. Number 18, Virginia beat Syracuse 72-59. Syracuse, 13 turnovers in that game. That's not going to win you any games. Number 21, Arkansas beat Mississippi State by 20. Arkansas's Acuff, 24 points, 8 rebounds. Mississippi State only scored 2 points in the last 2:34 of that game. Number 24, Louisville beat Wake Forest by 8. Tied at 80 with 4:44 left. Wake Forest failed to score the rest of the way. 4:44 left. They didn't do jack crap the rest of the way. Temple's 15-8. They beat Eastern Carolina 81-73. Villanova, they are 18-5. They beat Georgetown 80-73. Did we say that? Yeah. Villanova's Lewis, 26 points, 6 rebounds. Let's see here. What else we got? 16-8 Indiana beat 16-7 Wisconsin by 1 in overtime. Indiana's Wilkerson, 25 points. 18-6 NC State beat 16-8 Virginia Tech, 82-73. Virginia Tech, 14 turnovers in that game. 12-12 Oklahoma picked to find time to finally start winning, huh? Beat number 15 Vanderbilt, 92-91. Oklahoma's Brown, 20 points, followed by Pack, 17 points. They shot 53% from the field, hit 9 3-pointers, 21 for 29 from the free throw line. They did almost blow it, though. They led by 21 in the second half and let Vandy back in it. Tanner for Vanderbilt, 37 points. Great game for him. Behind him was Nichols with 18. They were 47% from the field. They hit 11 3-pointers, 26 for 31 from the free throw line. Now, does that spark Oklahoma to start winning? Because they've been on, what, a 10-game losing skid, whatever. Will this light a fire on them? I don't know. Because remember Oklahoma State beat BYU the other night? Well, they lost to Arizona this week, so they really didn't start much of a fire. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Utah Valley, they are 18-6. They beat 14-9 UT Arlington, 81-60. UT Arlington, 3-game losing streak. Wofford is 17-8, beat Western Carolina, 77-66. 13-12 Morehead State beat 19-6 Tennessee Martin, 61-55. That loss ends Tennessee Martin's 4-game win streak. See what I was talking about? A lot of teams lost Saturday. They have no business losing that day because they're playing inferior teams. Let's see. Stony Brook, they're 15-10. They beat Northeastern 69-55. 17-7 Southern Alabama beat 14-10 Buffalo, 81-69. Despite Buffalo hitting 17 3-pointers. Cal State Northridge 15-10. They beat UC Riverside 88-74. UC Riverside's Worthy Jr. must have been the only guy doing anything on that team. He scored 36 points. Navy, they are 19-6. They beat American 82-73. Navy 56% from the field. Navy is on a 7-game win streak. LIU Brooklyn 16-8. They beat Stonehill 61-54. LIU Brooklyn is on a 5-game win streak. Hofstra, they are 16-9. They beat Towson 71-49. Led that game by 26 at halftime. 21-3 George Mason beat 15-9 St. Joseph's 60-52. Game was tied at 29 at halftime. 16-7 Alabama beat their rival 14-9 Auburn 96-82. Alabama 54% from the field. They hit 12 3-pointers, 20 for 23 from the free throw line. Leading scorers for both Alabama and Auburn had 25 points. SIU Edwardsville, SIUE as they call them, beat Arkansas Little Rock by 10. They also led by 10 at halftime too. Kept that little 10-point gap going. Number 23, Miami of Ohio. They are still undefeated. Beat 15-9 Marshall, 90-74. Number 1, Arizona. Beat 16-7 Oklahoma State, 84-47. BYU hangover. Were they still celebrating? They only shot 25% from the field. They had 20 less rebounds than Arizona. Bobby Morris. They are 16-10. Beat Youngstown State, 72-66. Tennessee State, they are 16-8, beat Western Illinois 83-56. Tennessee State, 4-1 in the last 5 games. 11-12 UNLV beat 15-8 Grand Canyon by 2. UNLV's Gibbs Lawhorn, 29 points in that one. 21 points came off the bench for UNLV. Howard, they are 15-9. They beat South Carolina State 85-57. Howard is on a 3-game win streak. Southeast Missouri State, they are 15-10, beat Southern Indiana 90-65. Southern Indiana led by 3 at halftime. Couldn't do nothing with it. 14-10 Central Arkansas, beat 15-10 Lipscomb 86-78. McNeese, they are 19-5, beat Incarnate Word 81-64. UC Davis, they are 15-9, beat Cal Poly 68-58. Colgate's 15-10, they beat Bucknell 78-59. Colgate starting to come on a little bit. They're 4-1 in the last 5. Might be too late for them. Austin Peay is 17-6. They beat North Alabama 91-62. Austin Peay is on a 6-game win streak. Santa Clara, they are 21-5, beat Washington State 96-92. Tight game all the way, though, because it was 49-49 at halftime. 17-8 Troy beat 19-5 Akron by 10. Akron's 9-game win streak gone. Stephen F. Austin's 21-3. They beat Lamar by 10. Lamar's East, though, had 33 points in that game. 13-12 Samford beat 15-10 Mercer by 20. Booth for Samford, 28 points. 17-6 Georgia beat 14-9 LSU, 83-71. 26 of Georgia's points came from the bench. Northern Colorado, they are 15-10, beat Idaho State 69-61. 13-11 Creighton beat 16-8 Seton Hall by 1. Creighton's Graves hit a three-pointer with 4 seconds left to win that game. Number 6 Gonzaga beat Oregon State 81-61. Gonzaga's Ike, 35.7 rebounds, 57% from the field. They grabbed 13 more rebounds than Oregon State. The big one, crazy ass as it always is, number 14 North Carolina beats number 4 Duke 71-68 with that three-pointer at the end. Tar Heels Wilson, 23 points. They shot 47% from the field. Trimble hit that three-pointer with 1 second left. Duke couldn't do nothing with it after that. Boozer, though, nice game. 24 points, 11 rebounds for the Duke. They shot 45% from the field. They had 9 more rebounds. Dominated most of this game, though. I mean, they led by 13 at one point. Fans stormed the court early. They had to call, hey, you still got time, get back. Took some time to get the fans back into the stands. They won. Fans stormed the court again. So do they get one fine or double fine for that? That's the question we need the answer to. High Point, 22-4, beat Radford 86-77. High Point, they are on a 6-game win streak. Wright State, they are 16-9. They beat Purdue Fort Wayne 73-68. Merrimack, they are 16-9. Beat Rider 73-47. Merrimack led by 20 at the half, so Rider 16-10. Fairfield beat 16-8 Marist by 3. Cal Baptist, they are 18-6. Beat Abilene Christian by 2. St. Thomas, Minnesota, 20-6. They beat Oral Roberts 92-75. How you say his name? Minnesale for St. Thomas. 28 points in that one. Utah State, they are 20-3. Beat Wyoming by 2. Close all the way, though. It was a 4-point game at halftime, so Wyoming, give credit to Wyoming. They hung in there. Stanford's 15-9. They beat Georgia Tech 95-72. Oakary for Stanford, 40 points. Nice. 12-14 Portland beat 15-10 Seattle by 1. Portland on the roll. They beat Gonzaga last week. I forget who they got this week, but maybe they started something. But 12-14, I don't know, maybe too late for them. Pacific is 16-10. They beat Pepperdine 92-59. Wainwright for Pacific, 27 points. All 5 starters for Pacific were in double-digit points. 13-10 Jacksonville State beat 14-9 Kennesaw State 77-58. Kennesaw State only shot 32% from the field. San Diego State 17-6. They beat Air Force 88-54. Poor Air Force, 20 turnovers. Number 20 Clemson beat 17-7 Cal 77-55. Clemson's on a 4-game win streak. Cal is 2-2 in the last 4. In overtime, number 10 Michigan State takes down number 5 Illinois, 85-82. Michigan State's Fears, 26 points. They shot 43% from the field. They had 7 3-pointers in this game. 20 for 23 from the free throw line. 11 more rebounds. Michigan State 1-2 in the last 3 games. Merkovic for Illinois led their way. Only 18 points, 6 rebounds. They shot 37% from the field, hit 10 3-pointers. But, I mean, free throws weren't bad. 20 for 24 from the free throw line. Their 12-game win streak is over. This is another crazy one. 17-7 Kentucky beat number 25 Tennessee 74-71. Kentucky 50% from the field. Tennessee only 37%. Number 17 Florida beat 17-6 Texas A&M 86-67. Aggies shooting horrible in the first half. 19 points, not to mention they got the all-black uniform on. I am convinced the all-black uniform is a curse, especially at Texas A&M. They either lose or don't play well. UCLA 17-7. They beat Washington by 4. Close game, though. 4-point game at halftime. UC Santa Barbara beat UC Irvine 84-79. Both of them are 16-8. Portland State is 16-6. They beat Sacramento State by 1, 32-31 at halftime. Both scored 42 points in the second half. So it was that 1 point at halftime, the first half that won that game. 15-9 Boise State beat 18-6 New Mexico, 91-90, 43-42 at halftime. Both scored 48 in the second half. So that little 1 point again. Nevada 17-7. They beat Fresno State by 10. That was a tight game at halftime at 28. Number 8 Houston beat number 16 BYU 77-66. BYU's second loss, man. Houston's Flemings 19 points, 5 rebounds, 48% from the field. They scored 4 points in the last minute of this game. BYU's Dabansta 28 points, 5 rebounds, not bad. They only shot 40% from the field. They scored 1 point in the last 150 of that game. St. Mary's is 21-4. They beat San Fran 79-54. 17-5 Hawaii beat 16-9 UC San Diego 72-67. Hawaii 4-1 in the last 5. Moving on to Sunday, didn't have too many games because of the Super Bowl, but you did have some good ones. UAB, they are 15-9. They beat Rice 71-65. That was a 1 point game at halftime, so give it to the Owls. They hung in there. Iowa 18-5. They beat Northwestern by 6. Sturts for Iowa 36 points. 12-12 Cincinnati beat 17-6 UCF 92-75. UCF second double-digit blowout loss this week. They need to turn things around. Wichita State 15-9. They beat Tulane 75-61. Number 2 Michigan beat 15-8 Ohio State 82-61. Michigan 10 3-pointers, 16 more rebounds. Ohio State 12 turnovers, and I think that means Michigan swept them this year. I think they won last Friday, the Friday before. Number 13 Texas Tech beat 15-9 West Virginia 70-63. Texas Tech 13 3-pointers. West Virginia only hit 2 3-pointers. 10-15 NC Greensboro beat 16-9 Furman 67-64. Furman second loss in a row. USC, they were 18-6, beat Penn State 77-75. Game was tied at 75, and then USC's Arenas hit a shot with 1 second left for that win and broke Penn State's heart. And then 16-8, South Florida beat 20-4 Tulsa, 80-74. That loss ends Tulsa's 7-game win streak. All right, upcoming, we got some good ones. What is it, Tuesday and Wednesday? Probably going to need a couple screens going. All right, well, let's start with tonight, Monday. Some of the big ones and interesting ones. 6 p.m. on ESPN. 18-6 North Carolina State versus number 24 Louisville. 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. 17-4 Yale versus 15-9 Howard. 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. 22-3 Belmont versus 16-9 Bradley. 7 p.m. CBS Sports Network. 19-4 UNC Wilmington versus 16-8 Charleston. 8 p.m. ESPN, the big one. Number 1 Arizona versus number 11 Kansas. 9 p.m. CBS Sports Network. 15-9 Northern Iowa versus 18-7 Murray State. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, 6 p.m. FS1. Number 12 Purdue versus number 9 Nebraska. 6 p.m. on ESPN. Number 14 North Carolina versus 18-5 Miami. 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. Number 15 Vanderbilt versus 14-9 Auburn. 6 p.m. ESPN2. Number 16 BYU versus 13-10 Baylor. Surely BYU would not lose 3 in a row, especially to Baylor. Check it out. You never know. 7 p.m. on Peacock. 16-7 Wisconsin versus number 5 Illinois. 8 p.m. on FS1. Number 7 Iowa State versus 14-9 TCU. And then 8 p.m. SEC Network. Number 21 Arkansas versus 14-9 LSU, who's just up and down this year. You can't figure them out. Moving on to Wednesday. This one starts early. 5:30 on Big Ten Network. 17-6 USC versus 15-7 Ohio State. 6 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 17 Florida versus 17-6 Georgia. 6 p.m. ACC Network. 16-8 Virginia Tech versus number 20 Clemson. 6 p.m. on ESPN Plus. 16-8 Furman versus 15-10 Mercer. 6:30 on ESPN Plus. 15-8 Temple versus 13-9 Tulane. 6:30 on ESPN Plus. 15-8 South Florida versus 14-9 Wichita State. 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. 14-10 Colorado takes on number 13 Texas Tech. 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. 14-9 UAB plays 20-3 Tulsa. Hey. 8 p.m. on the SEC Network. 16-7 Missouri versus 17-6 Texas A&M. 9 p.m. on FS1. 18-6 New Mexico versus 15-8 Grand Canyon. 9 p.m. on ESPN Plus. 15-10 Seattle versus 21-5 Santa Clara. Thursday, 6 p.m. on the Flow. 16-9 Hofstra versus 16-8 Charleston. 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. 16-8 Marist versus 16-9 Merrimack. 7:30 ESPN Plus. 15-10 Southeast Missouri State versus 16-9 SIU Edwardsville. 7:30 ESPN Plus. 19-6 Tennessee Martin versus 15-10 Lindenwood. 8 p.m. ESPN Plus. 15-9 Northern Iowa versus 22-3 Belmont. 9 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Is that 15 or 16? I can't read my right. 15 or 16 and 9. UC San Diego versus 15-9 UC Davis. Friday, 6 p.m. ESPN Plus. 17-9 Quinnipiac versus 17-8 Siena. Fox, another good one on Friday night basketball. 7 p.m. on Fox, number 10 Michigan State versus Wisconsin. And then 8 p.m. CBS Sports Network. 15-10 UMass versus 19-5 Akron. That is it. I don't say about Monday mornings because Monday mornings suck, but hey, keep your head down, keep busy. The day will be over, week will go by fast, and weekend will be here again before you know it. But on Tuesday and Wednesday, man, you get some, and even the other days, you get Thursday and tonight, hell, every night, you got some damn good basketball to keep you going this week. We'll be back Thursday or Friday, not sure yet. I got to see how work's going to go. We're getting down to the this part of the schedule. We're going to be concentrating on top 25 and upsets. If your team is 20-3 and they beat 11-10 team, we're not going to worry about it unless they lose that 11-10 team. Because there's a lot of crap going on right now in college basketball. So we're going to concentrate on top 25 and upsets. And maybe some great things like, 2 under 500 teams played, but one of the guys scored 60 points. We'll mention that. But other than that, we're going to stick to the top 25 and upsets right now. We'll be back Tuesday or Thursday or Friday to review things that happened in the next few days and then to preview what's going to happen this weekend. Also, softball started. Baseball, I believe, starts this week or next week. But softball, they're going full blast right now. Anyway, stay busy. The day will be over before you know it. Stay safe. We'll see you at the end of the week.